You're scrolling through your phone, mindlessly consuming content, and suddenly, bam, something catches your eye, demanding your attention. A headline screams out from the screen, all 55 African presidents agree to form one government. The internet is buzzing with the news. One Africa, a single unified continent, one passport, freedom of movement for all, one president, a leader for the entire continent. The United States of Africa is here. The dream of a united continent finally realized? The internet explodes. Social media is flooded with opinions, debates, and celebrations. Some celebrate, envisioning a future of prosperity and unity. Others panic, fearing the unknown consequences of such a massive change. For many, a unified African government, a concept that has been discussed for decades, is the ultimate dream, a symbol of strength and self-determination. Echoing Pan-Africanist visions, a movement that has long advocated for the political and economic unification of Africa. From leaders like Kwame Nkrumah, who passionately championed a united Africa in the early days of independence. Imagine, the possibilities seem endless. No borders, facilitating trade and travel across the continent. One currency, simplifying financial transactions and boosting economic growth. A single voice on the world stage commanding respect and influencing global affairs. But then, reality sets in, and the complexities of such a union become apparent. 55 countries, each with its own unique history, culture, and political system. Thousands of languages reflecting the incredible diversity of the African people. Wildly different systems, from democracies to autocracies, each with its own set of challenges and priorities. How would this even work? The logistics seem insurmountable. Who's in charge? Who gets to make the decisions for the entire continent? Do we vote? How would elections be conducted on such a massive scale? Is this Game of Thrones, Africa edition, a battle for power and control? Concerns pop up. Legitimate worries about the potential pitfalls of such a union. Loss of national identity, as individual cultures are subsumed into a larger whole. A massive bureaucracy, potentially stifling innovation and efficiency. And who keeps this new power in check? How do we prevent corruption and abuse of authority? The story was everywhere, spreading like wildfire across the internet, making people question everything they knew about African politics. They knew about African politics, or at least they thought they did. But here's the twist, the shocking truth that changes everything. It was all made up, a complete fabrication. The United States of Africa, a figment of someone's imagination, never happened, not even remotely true, not even close. A far cry from reality. The internet had a field day dissecting the hoax and analyzing its impact. But the truth was far less dramatic and significantly less exciting. No secret meetings, no clandestine agreements, no new flag, no symbol of a unified nation, no super president, no single leader to rule them all. Just another viral rumor, a testament to the power of misinformation. Gone wild, spreading like a virus across the digital landscape. Welcome to the age of digital myths, where fact and fiction blur and anything is possible. So where did this wild rumor start? Not from official sources, but from obscure blogs and overzealous social media accounts. They post dramatic headlines with old photos, making it look legit. Why does it spread? Because people want to believe in a united Africa. The dream is powerful, so we share before we question. This rumor isn't new. It resurfaces every few years like a political zombie. The digital world rewards sensationalism, not accuracy. Viral stories travel faster than the truth, especially when they tap into hope. The rumor spread because it was clickable, not credible. Let's get real. While the internet imagined a superstate, the African Union was focused on real issues. No secret plans to dissolve nations, just regular AU business. The big project? The African Continental Free Trade Area, AfCFTA. Not one country, but one marketplace. It's about making trade easier, not merging governments. Agenda 2063 is the AU's roadmap for development, not political union. The AU is about cooperation, not erasing borders. Real progress is slow, practical, and often unglamorous. No dramatic declarations, just policy debates and committee meetings. The truth building bridges, not tearing down borders. So what exactly the African Union? It's a question that requires a bit of unpacking. What role does it play on the continent? And how does it function in the complex web of international relations? It's definitely not a super government wielding absolute authority over its member states. Think of it more as a club of nations, a gathering of equals, each with its own distinct identity and agenda. It's primarily a forum for leaders, a space where heads of state can come together to discuss pressing issues facing the continent, coordinate policies and strategies, and present a united front to the rest of the world. The AU doesn't have the power to order countries around or dictate their internal affairs. Think of it like a homeowners association. It sets some rules and guidelines for the collective good, but it can't directly control your day-to-day life or override national laws. The AU plays a crucial role in mediating conflicts between member states, working to find peaceful resolutions and prevent further escalation. It also coordinates health responses to outbreaks and pandemics, pooling resources and expertise to protect the continent's population, and it launches ambitious economic initiatives like the African Continental Free Trade Area, or AFCFTA, aimed at boosting intra-African trade and fostering economic growth. But ultimately, it can't force countries to change their laws or give up their hard-won sovereignty. The Assembly of Heads of State and Government, comprised of all the heads of state of the member countries, makes the big, overarching policy decisions, while the AU Commission acts as the executive branch, implementing those decisions and managing the day-to-day operations. The chairperson of the AU Commission is essentially a manager, overseeing the implementation of policies, not a president with executive power. In the wake of colonialism, African nations fiercely protect their newly won independence and sovereignty. The AU, therefore, is fundamentally about voluntary cooperation and collaboration, not forced integration or the surrender of national identity. It's certainly not perfect and faces numerous challenges, but it represents Africa's chosen path towards greater unity and cooperation on its own terms. The real AU headline: the race for the next chairperson of the African Union Commission. It's a fierce contest. Countries lobby, form alliances, and push their candidates. This isn't about crowning an emperor, it's about influence and national prestige. Candidates from across Africa bring their own visions, reflecting regional competition. The election is proof the nation-state still rules African politics. The chairperson steers the AU but doesn't rule Africa. The focus is on strengthening the AU, not creating a super-state. The real story is about practical governance, not fantasy. Why do wild rumors spread so easily in Africa? Because the continent is a battleground for disinformation. Fake news, deepfakes, and AI-generated propaganda are everywhere. Social media platforms amplify these stories instantly, with little oversight. Rapid internet growth means millions of new users, many without digital literacy skills. Trust in traditional media is shaky, so people rely on social circles, fertile ground for rumors. Africa's complex politics and history make it a prime target for manipulation. The One Africa government rumor thrived in this polluted information environment. The fight for Africa's future is also a fight for the truth. Here's the key. Economic integration isn't the same as political integration. Political integration means merging governments. Think the United States. Economic integration is about cooperation, lowering trade barriers, boosting business. The AFCFTA is about creating a giant marketplace, not a single country. Each nation keeps its own government, laws, and flag. The AU's focus is economic ties, not political union. Stronger economies mean shared interests and less conflict. When leaders sign agreements, it's about trade, not merging states. The dream of a United States of Africa is distant. Today's reality is pragmatic. First, build economic foundations. Then maybe talk about unity. So what's the harm in a fake story? Rumors erode trust in media, government, and each other. Sensational lies breed cynicism and make people doubt real news. Bad info leads to bad decisions. Businesses and citizens can suffer real losses. These rumors distract from real issues like AFCFTA and AU elections. They can be used to manipulate emotions or destabilize governments. Unrealistic expectations lead to disappointment and anger. Manufactured hope, followed by disillusionment, is toxic for democracy. The cost of a lie is lost focus and lost faith. Africa's challenges require fact-based discussion, not fantasy. Getting the story straight is about progress, not just accuracy. The spread of a fake story about an African government, while seemingly harmless, is more than just a viral joke circulating online. It's more than just a fleeting moment of amusement. It's a lesson about the importance of critical thinking and media literacy. It's a lesson about the responsibility we all share in shaping the narrative. Africa's future must be built brick by brick on verifiable facts, not fleeting fantasies or unsubstantiated claims. We need to ground our aspirations in reality. Trustworthy information, verified and accurate, is absolutely essential. It's essential for a thriving democracy and sustained progress across the continent. The dream of unity, a shared vision for the future, is very real. But progress towards that dream is often slow, complex, and requires diligent effort. Real victories, the kind that truly transform lives, come from sustained economic cooperation, collaboration, and strategic partnerships, not from viral rumors or fleeting trends. Journalists, as the gatekeepers of information, and citizens, as consumers of news, must be constantly vigilant, always questioning the source and the intent, questioning everything and rigorously, fact-checking every piece of information that comes our way. Don't share information just because it feels good or confirms your existing biases. Instead, be a guardian of truth, a protector of factual information. Building the Africa we want, the Africa of our dreams, is a marathon, a long and arduous journey, not a sprint to the finish line. Honest conversations, open dialogues, all based firmly on verifiable facts, are the bedrock, the strong foundation, for real and lasting change. Let's focus our energy on real potential, on tangible opportunities, and build our future on the solid ground, the unwavering foundation of truth and verifiable facts.